Now, what do you mean by pain? So, pain is a somatic and emotional sensation which is unpleasant in nature and associated with action or the potential tissue damage. This is the main definition of pain. Now, nociception is defined as the unconscious activity which is induced by any harmful stimulus which is applied to sensory receptors. So, physiologically the function of pain is critical for survival and has a major evolutionary advantage. This is because behaviors which cause pain are often dangerous and harmful, so they are not reinforced and are unlikely to be practiced. So because it helps in protection, it gives a conscious awareness of a tissue damage. That is why pain is very important. Now, nociceptors are the free nerve endings in the skin which respond to any noxious stimuli. So, as you can see, as this particular area is having a lesion, so what is happening over here? So, these are the free nerve endings. This is nociceptive axon, and the free nerve endings is over here, which get stimulated by the tissue damage substances which increases potassium, prostaglandin, serotonin, which activate the nociceptor, and then substance P is released from nerve endings which contribute to the inflammation, and also the histamine which activates the nociceptor endings. So these are the free nerve endings. The pain could be due to some release of any chemical mediators, could be muscle spasm, it could be ischemia. Now, from a physiological point of view, there are two types of pain. There is this fast pain, which is conducted by the faster conducted myelinated fibers and is very sharp or pricking in nature. Then the other is the slow pain, which is conducted by slower conducting unmyelinated fibers, which is poorly localized and it is burning or dull or aching in nature. So this fast pain which goes away quickly, it comes from the stimulation and transmission of nerve impulses over A delta fibers, while the slow pain which persists longer and it is very dull in nature, it comes from the stimulation of the non-myelinated C fibers. So the most pain sensation is a combination of the two types, which is faster acute pain and the slower dull pain. For example, if you prick your finger, you first feel a sharp pain which is conducted by the A delta fibers, and then this is followed by a dull pain which is conveyed along the C fibers, and which gradually increases in intensity over seconds or minutes. Now, there are different pathways for the fast pain and for the slow pain. So the pain is basically conducted by some nociceptor which is हम बोलते हैं specialist receptors, ठीक है, and they are activated through various noxious stimuli. Now these are free nerve endings which have already been discussed, and so there are different nociceptors. For example, we have mechanical nociceptor which detect the sharp or pricking pain. Then we have thermal nociceptor which detect the sensations like slow burning, cold and sharp in nature. And then we have polymodal receptor which detect the mechanical, thermal and chemical stimuli. So then it reaches signal from the mechanical and all these nociceptors. They are transmitted to the dorsal horn of the spinal cord by the A delta fibers, and these myelinated fibers, they have a very low threshold for firing, and the fast conduction speed means they are responsible for transmitting the first pain felt. So the A delta fibers permit for the localization of the pain, and they form the afferent pathway for the reflex elicited by the pain. And there are different receptors also जिनको हम बोलते हैं polymodal nociceptor, which includes all the mechanical, thermal and chemical stimuli. and they transmit the signal into dorsal horn through the C fibers, and the C fibers are unmyelinated and the slow conduction speed. So for this they are responsible for the secondary pain we feel, which is often quite dull, deep and throbbing in nature. Now these fibers, the first order neuron जो fibers होते हैं, they cross, basically they decussate, मतलब opposite side में आ जाते हैं, and then they continue into the spinothalamic tract. So this spinothalamic tract for the fast pain इसको हम बोलते हैं neospinothalamic tract, which goes up to straight away to the thalamus. The nucleus is the ventral posterior lateral, the VPL nucleus, the ventral posterior lateral nucleus of the thalamus, and from there it reaches to the cell bodies of the third order neurons, which are present in this VPL of the thalamus. So basically at the spinal cord level pe they decussate, they come onto the opposite side, and this tract is known as neospinothalamic. Then it goes up to medulla, pons, all the hindbrain structures, and then it goes away straight to the thalamus. Then we have the pain pathway for the slow pain, which is the fibers are from the C fibers, and the tract name is known as paleospinothalamic tract. And this this fiber also grows straight up to the thalamus in the midline and the intralaminar nuclei. So we have this the types of the pain we have with the superficial somatic, which arises from the skin areas. Then we have a deep somatic, which arises from the muscles, from the joints, and then we have visceral pain, which arises from the receptors in the visceral organ, from the deep organs. For example, the visceral pain could be from a distension of a ureter from a kidney stone. Now, what do you mean by referred pain? So, any pain which is originating from organs perceived as coming from the skin. For the best example for the referred pain is if a person is about to have a heart attack or is having a problem in his or her heart, then he or she feels a little bit of pain in their left arm. So the complaint of that person that he or she is feeling a little bit uneasy, little bit pain in his left arm is a quite indication that might be he can suffer from a heart disease or he is about to have a heart attack. So the site of the pain is distant from the organ. Now if I talk about the pain suppression system, there is always a pain suppression system in our body also. So for this, the brain is able to suppress the pain signals by activating a pain control system, जिसको हम बोलते हैं analgesia, the analgesic system. So the ascending जो pathways होते हैं, they elicit the pain, okay, but जो descending pathway होते हैं, they stop the pain, they neutralize the pain, they suppress the pain. It has three main components. It has periaqueductal gray and periventral areas. Then it has nucleus raphe magnus and nucleus reticularis, and that is dorsal horn of the spinal cord. So talking about the endogenous analgesia. Endogenous analgesia means the pain control pathway. We have a ascending pathway which actually increases the pain, और एक descending pathway होता है जो कि आपका pain को suppress करेगा. So in this diagram, as you can see, first of all there is this stimulus of a pinprick, then it is going up to the efferents, to the nerve root ganglion, then it is crossing the spinal cord, the pain pathway, which is the spinothalamic tract, the lateral spinothalamic tract. From the nucleus is the marginal nucleus in the substantia gelatinosa. Then it is going straight upwards and it is going till the region of the thalamus. Once it reaches the thalamus, then a descending modulation starts, which is known as the analgesic pathway, which is to suppress the pain. Then it is coming through the periaqueductal grey matter. So these two nucleus, the periaqueductal grey matter and the nucleus raphe magnus, so they are majorly important in inhibiting the pain, in suppressing the pain. So they are coming downward and the inhibition of the pain transmission, and henceforth endogenous analgesic system. So just we have an ascending tract, we have a descending tract as well to control the pain. The ascending tract is to increase the pain. Another theory which we have as gate control theory. So two scientists, Melzack and Patrick Wall, so they proposed this famous gate control theory. Although nowadays some scientists are questioning this theory of pain. So according to them, that the pain stimuli which is transmitted by the afferent pain fibers, they are blocked by the gate mechanism, which is located at the posterior grey horn of the spinal cord. So अगर जैसे gate open होगा, the pain is felt. If the gate is closed, pain is suppressed. So this theory, the gate control theory of pain, it describes how the non-painful sensations can override and reduce the painful sensations. So it depicts that a painful nociceptive stimulus stimulates the primary afferent fibers and travel to the brain via transmission cells. So according to these two scientists, what do they mean? That if the gate is closed, there is no pain, the pain is suppressed. So gate control theories emphasize modulation of the pain at the spinal cord level by the presence of a non-noxious stimuli. Non-noxious, which is non-painful. Suppose a touch stimulus is applied to the same area of the skin which has been subjected to a noxious stimuli. कोई भी पर्टिकुलर एरिया ऑफ स्किन पे जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी उसको नॉक्शियस स्टिमुलाई मिला हुआ है, इस पर्टिकुलर स्किन, उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया को स्किन पे, उसी पे हमने टच स्टिमुलस अप्लाई किया. टच स्टिमुलस इज अ नॉन नॉक्शियस स्टिमुलाई. Now it was proposed that a touch fiber, it gave a collateral in the substantia gelatinosa of the dorsal horn of the spinal cord, which will inhibit the pain fiber presynaptically through an inhibitory interneuron. So any non-noxious stimulus, it was proposed that a touch fiber gave a collateral in the substantia gelatinosa of the dorsal horn of the which will inhibit the pain fiber which is presynaptically through an inhibitory interneuron. So pain fiber जो आ रहा है, so this pain fiber is inhibited by an inhibitory interneuron which is coming from a touch fiber. So as you can see, this is the red one is the pain fiber and the green one is the touch fiber, and they're entering inside the spinal cord. The collaterals from the column fiber, from the posterior column fiber, so the touch fibers से collaterals निकल रहे हैं. They are blocking the pain transmission by inhibiting the release of glutamate and substance P. These are the substances which are increasing the pain, the neurotransmitters. Okay, the release of glutamate and substance P. So green ones से collateral निकल रहे हैं and they're suppressing the pain from the red, the pain pathway, the pain fibers. Now it is going. See, now it is decussating from the spinal cord. It is going upward, the afferent pain pathway, spinothalamic tract, and it is going upward. So the brain closes the gate through the opiate peptides, and the peptides, opiate peptides are, for example, beta endorphins. So these, all the opiate peptides, the pain fibers, now they are closed. So henceforth, so this is a gate control theory which states that the activation of the nerve which do not transmit the pain signal called non-nociceptive fibers, they can interfere with the signals from the pain fibers, thereby inhibiting the pain. Okay, so both the small diameter and the large diameter afferent nerve fiber, they carry information from the site of the injury to two distension in the dorsal horn. So substantial gelatonism इस spinal cord में जाके ये collaterals inhibit interneurone करके ये जो pain fiber है उसको inhibit कर देते हैं. This is the proposed gate control theory.